Right then, guys, so look, it's been 1 week since Fabrizio come out last Sunday and said that Victor Gyökeres is very, very close, and we may even get a here we go within the next 24 hours. 7 days later, we're still trying to pick up the pieces, and we're still trying to get the here we go, because Sporting Lisbon's president is just a weasel, honestly. Gyökeres doesn't want to play for you. He's gone on strike. He's not coming to pre-season. You've gone back on your word with the agreement where you would let him go if he stays for another season and somebody comes in, a team, with this X amount of money. Arsenal have come in with that sort of money, and now you say, no, you want more. Why? Is there something else behind it? Did another team come in and want to offer more, but Gyökeres has said no, he wants to come to Arsenal? There's clearly something there behind it, and now he's just being bitter and he's just using and abusing his level of power. That's the way I see it. So anyway, look, good afternoon. It's Sunday, the sun's out again, and let's get into another video with the latest news on Arsenal. So I think it's only fair to start with the Victor Gyökeres news. Now, I think a lot of you have heard yesterday, I made a video about Gyökeres' interview where he's come out and said he wants revenge on the Premier League. And he's mentioned a few Arsenal players. Now, the president of Sporting Lisbon, look, this is like a little back and forth. It's like a boxing round or a game of chess, which is quite interesting, but at the same time, I don't like it when it involves my club. So the president has come out and said, we're calm. Everything can be solved with the closure of the market, a heavy fine and an apology to the group. Look, so he's already threatening Victor Gyökeres. Nothing's going to go down well. It's clear the relationship has broken between the two parties, and Gyökeres is not going to play for Sporting Lisbon again. So handing out these threats from the president of Sporting Lisbon, it's not very obviously he wants to stamp his authority and show that he's the boss and nobody's taking the piss out of Sporting Lisbon. This is how we do business. But at the same time, mate, Gyökeres has told you he's not going to show up. Your boss has left without him. Just let him go. You're getting good money for him. You're making a 40 million profit. So look, he carries on to say, if they, obviously means Arsenal, don't... One second. Yeah. So if they don't want to pay Victor's fair market value, we'll be very comfortable with that for the next 3 years. If the geniuses who are devising this strategy think that this puts pressure on me to make it easier for him to leave, not only are they completely wrong, but they're also making it more complicated for the player to leave. No one is above the interests of the club, whoever they are. In a way, I do kind of understand, because if a team come in for Arsenal like they used to back in the day, and they used to just bully us and take all our best players like, Fabregas, Nasri, Adebayor, even like Kleb and Henry ended up going, Vieira went, but a lot of players like the Van Persies and stuff like that, they just come in and took the player, and we didn't have anything to say about it. It's like they bullied us into it, showed us a bit of money, and Arsenal have got their eyes wide open and thought, yeah, we'll take the money, you can have the player. And we was not acting like a big club because we used to get bullied a lot. So this is what Sporting's president is basically trying to avoid. He doesn't want to get bullied by the big, businesses and teams out there like Arsenal and, your Barcelonas, your Real Madrids, things like that. He's trying to set an example by saying no one's above the interests of the club, which in a way I understand. But at the same time, you're going to make a profit. You're the one who's gone back on your word, and you're the arsehole for doing that. Because it didn't have to get this messy, because if you let Victor Gyökeres leave, then it wouldn't have come to this, and it could have been a farewell from Gyökeres, an appreciation for what you've done, good luck for the future, but it's not going to be anything like that now. So it's just like a game of chess. Gyökeres has come out and said something, the president's come out and said something. Is somebody else going to come out and say something else? I'm not sure. But honestly, something needs to get done fast, because it's turning into a messy brawl. it's like a knuckle fight. It's not going down well. So another tweet from Henry Winter. I think everybody knows who this journalist is. He's put down, he's on the way to King's Cross for a talk sport, well, I say talk shit show. Should be a good week for Arsenal. Madueke and Mosquera in. Gyökeres fee virtually agreed, just at the add-on debating stage, plus dealing with agent substantial cut and Arsenal being strong on that point. Gyökeres obviously very keen to go to Arsenal, and we'll need a contrite farewell letter to Sporting. Maybe needs to have another word with his agent, get the deal done. Also a busy week on potential outgoings, generating income from Kivior, Nelson, Trossard, Vieira, Zinchenko. Now, not every one of those will be going, but I do hope Zinchenko leaves, I do hope Nelson leaves, and I do hope Vieira leaves, because we want to generate at least 50 million from them 3 players. If we can do that, that'll be good business. We're not going to get anything more than that, I don't think. But I think Zinchenko and Vieira will hold the most value. Zinchenko, because of the fact he's played for top clubs, he's got experience, he's a captain of Ukraine, and Vieira, because of his age, and he's got massive potential. Nelson, I think he's past it. I don't think Trossard and Kivior on my watch should be allowed to leave. So, he's saying that the deal is more or less done, and it's just on the add-on debating stage and dealing with the agent substantial cut. If this is to be true, then we don't have much to be concerned or worried about, because the deal will just get done nominally, and hopefully over the next couple of days it will be confirmed, and then this saga will be over, and Gyökeres will be an Arsenal player. And look, I honestly, if Gyökeres becomes an Arsenal player, it's just gonna turn Arsenal on its head. The mentality that he's got, the words he's coming out with, and the fighting spirit he's got is something we've lacked. The way he's come out, it's like he's ready for war, and that's the type of player we need at Arsenal, going all out. And he said, "You've not seen the best Gyökeres yet," and I hope that is going to be at Arsenal. So the next news is about Ethan Nwaneri. So Fabrizio's come out yesterday and said that we understand Arsenal have made progress in the recent days for Ethan Nwaneri's new deal. The club has presented their vision and project for Nwaneri in the upcoming years, including discussions on game time. Arsenal hopeful to get the green light and sign new contracts soon. I don't think he was ever leaving. Obviously, he had his questions about, is he going to get game time? Because at the end of the day, he's a footballer and he wants to play. So I think the media's made it to be somewhat other than what the actual reality was. He's obviously going to want to play because he's proven that he is good enough for Arsenal, and he's got the potential to be a superstar. And I think with the way he's been brought up at Arsenal, with a lot of other players as well, like Lewis Skelly, he looks up to Saka, where he was in his position a few years ago. He can be that Saka in the next few years. So yeah, it's good news for Arsenal. Chelsea can do one. I mean, the cheek that they even asked about Ethan Nwaneri, and then Max Dowman, a minor. Like, fuck me, mate. Like, Chelsea are a horrible team, mate. They are. So look, I think Max Dowman's gonna be more involved in the squad next season as well, which is going to be a massive boost. And we're tying up our best young talent in Lewis Skelly, Nwaneri and Max Dowman, and there's a few others here and there, but those are the 3 main ones. So hopefully we'll have an Ethan Nwaneri contract signed soon, over the next couple of weeks, and then once we get the other guys in as well, there's a good mixture there between experience, youth, and a lot of development as well. So yeah, another thing about Mosquera, he's apparently going to be coming in next week. Valencia know that Arsenal want him, so they're trying to increase his value, but he's only got a year left on his contract. He should be allowed to leave about 10, 12 million. The fact that they want more money for him now is because they know Arsenal have got a bit of money. behind them. But hopefully we get the deal done. Shouldn't cost too much, and hopefully he'll get some game time next season. So that's basically the latest news on Arsenal. There's not much more to say on this Sunday. Hopefully we get a here we go from Fabrizio. I'm refreshing my tweet every so often, just looking for that one from Fabrizio which says here we go. But as of yet, it's not on my feed. So hopefully, we never know. Could be today or tomorrow or next week. But one thing for sure, Victor Gyökeres will be a gunner. So that's it. I'll have another video out tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be no more news. And I'll catch you on the next one.